Hello, wonderful people. Welcome.
Oh.
Hey everyone.
Oh, there we are. There we are. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. Mad Max, I'll just get ahead of it. Yes, this is going to be a VOD, so
Yes.
you can wait for that.
With all the technical Amplitude brand issues that we already started out with, of forgetting to turn on the mic.
Yeah,
But,
right. Exactly.
You know, after, 1.5 years of working from home, I think we've all been there.
We've earned a couple mistakes.
I think it's like, you know, not just in the actual work meetings, also, you know, when I was watching anything on Twitch, there's so often, yeah, no, the mic's off.
Yeah, right.
Especially in streams with multiple people.
Right.
Chat's always yelling at you. We can't hear you.
Yeah. Didn't Snoop Dogg
Yeah,
do,
like that
an
Snoop Dogg one where it's like emotes only and they're like musical notes, dog, stop sign or something like that.
Yeah.
And he's just vibing, playing Madden, not
Yeah.
looking at chat for like 4 hours.
Exactly, exactly. So welcome to the stream. You've got two familiar faces here and one new one. You have me, I'm Rogan, this is Stephanie, and this is Jordan here. Jordan is our new social media and streaming specialist.
Hello, everybody. It's good to be here. You'll be seeing a lot more of me very soon, and hopefully we'll be having a lot of cool things starting here in the stream as I get my legs. So
Yeah, definitely. So I announced on the last stream that I am moving back to Canada from Paris. So Jordan here will be sort of easing himself into what I was doing before, but I'm still working for Amplitude, just overseas. But there's going to be a bit of time where we sort of figure things out. But I'm sure this isn't the last you'll see of me on stream.
You know, somebody's got to tweet and stream on the US time zone.
That's true. That's true. So we'll figure it out. But for now, this is like the stream crew. These are like the three faces that you'll likely see.
Three Musketeers.
Yes.
Yes.
Andres, I am moving to Winnipeg in Canada. That's my hometown. So
That's basically right in the middle, isn't it?
right in the middle, and in the coming months it will be all white. So covered in snow.
Covered in snow.
Yeah. But anyways, we're back. We're here to play some more Humankind. We'll be talking to Jordan about what the heck who the heck is this guy? You know?
Yes.
Who am I? It's a great question.
But this is a playthrough that we'll be, I don't know, we've been playing this for what, 4 streams, 3 streams?
3 or 4 streams, and
Yeah.
I remember, we ended the first stream thinking, oh, our neighbors here are roughly as strong as we are, but they've been unfriendly to us. Let's go to war.
Yes.
Then the war dragged and dragged and dragged, and we didn't really get anything out of it because they were more prepared than we thought.
Yes, exactly.
Then the third stream, this should be the 4th one. The third stream, we actually got some gains in a war by playing as the Mongols, and then thought, oh, we're way behind on science. We need to, pick a scientist culture to catch up. And then we realized that our neighbors over here,
Oh my gosh.
they're the
doing
Zulu in the contemporary era, so
Right.
they are probably already researching tanks, while we have dudes with pointy sticks.
Right, okay.
So, unfortunately, they're not the Mad Max kind of dude with pointy stick, because
Right.
those would probably help against the tanks.
Yeah. Okay.
Witness me.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Cool. Yeah, well, so we're going to try and see what we can do about this playthrough.
Speaking of this playthrough, this ship seems very emblematic of our experience.
Is there a dog sitting on there with a cup of tea or is it a cup of coffee?
There's, I'm not sure.
It's a dog with coffee.
Dog
It's a dog with coffee, but in our case, it's probably more. I think we pick cats in that even.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's the cats. All right.
Abandoned ship, literally Texo.
Yeah. It's a pug with a cup. Yeah.
Is it a pug?
Okay.
I think there might be multiple memes.
Yeah.
Saltarius.
Well, I think maybe that's the
I
endless
don't know.
version.
Yeah,
The pug.
that would be the endless version.
We have a
probably.
pug that appears in a lot of the endless
Oh, okay.
games. So.
I think.
What's the name?
I'm very new, so I don't know about these endless memes yet.
We'll learn.
I mean the pug in Dungeon was the one who actually had a name. There was Ayari Bayrit.
Right. Okay.
Nobody blame me for the pronunciation, please. I know
Is it
it is.
Russian?
No, it's based on Arabic, but I don't speak Arabic.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right,
And
all right.
but then in Endless Legend, the settlers of the roving clans had their pet on the back of their saddle. And,
Right.
Oh, sounds weird. Yeah. We probably do sound a bit like we're in a tunnel, right?
If you guys think that the sound sounds weird, it's because we all 3 have separate microphones and they're all picking each other up just a little bit. So if it sounds like we're in a submarine, that's why. We're gonna get it figured out. Usually it's not gonna be 3 of us here, so
Totally.
it won't sound this weird normally.
Yeah. So no drops enabled today. We're looking into it for an upcoming stream, so look out for that. But again, we're still giving the streamers their
first
sort
ship
of
is a
first
wonderful
go
thing.
at
Sadly for
doing
the
drops
crew,
on their
we're
channel.
likely
So
to
look
see
out for
the
that.
first
We have a
seasickness
bunch
as
of
well.
streamers. I'm pretty sure we have a landing page for that. I think it is humankind.game/drops, but don't quote me on that. Maybe just don't go to that. But yes, so you'll see, we'll try and retweet on our accounts whenever somebody's going live. And so your best bet is to follow the Humankind channels, and you should know somebody's going live. But stay tuned for our stream, because we will have drops enabled at some point or another.
Weren't you saying that potentially our avatars will be available at some point or something?
Our avatars?
Our avatars, well, in theory, they are available on G2G. Just, you can filter by dev, and then you can find our avatars that we made. In practice, I think you might be finished with yours. I'm not finished with mine because I accidentally overrode it when I had checked something on the dev build.
Right.
So it reverted to the default. I'll have to redo it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. But yeah, games together. You can pop in and download. You can download our avatars if they should be there, and I think like other people from the team as well. You can download theirs. So I'm not quite done with mine. I haven't unlocked. So it's
I don't have quite the AI preferences I would like yet, but enough to get an approximation of how I play, namely try to peacefully grow and then get stomped by the AI.
Yeah, right. The Christmas Dude. I love that name. I'm a Christmas dude myself. What's your favorite holiday?
My favorite holiday? I think it's Christmas, actually.
Christmas.
Which, I mean, now that we've all said this, it sounds a bit lame, but it's actually Christmas.
I mean, like the Christmas dude just comes in here and just brings all the joy.
It brings the Christmas joy.
I'm loving the game. Look at that. You bring the Christmas joy.
But
You got your sleigh bells and.
speaking of religious holidays, or originally religious holidays.
Oh wow, great timing.
Yes, exactly. Blossoming of the leaves. Religious feeling is strong across the empire, but that is not preventing discord from emerging and from among the faithful. Great cities are finding themselves under the sway of diverse religious leaders who each see the standard creed with different eyes. So, we have new sects, denominations, whatever you want to call them, popping up left and right. So do we forcefully dissolve them, try to influence them, or try to lead them? I guess, that is not unheard of in history. I mean, there were certain kings who said to the Pope, no divorce, I'll make my own religion with divorces.
Right.
That's how we got the Anglican Church.
There you go. There you go.
But I'm not sure what they're talking about diverse religion here, given that, everybody is following it's shamanism.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that. This whole place is like a holy site next to holy site. And these guys have still converted everybody to their faith.
Pure green. They're bringing the Christmas joy as well. Right over there.
So just to answer some of the questions about drops, basically they're not available on today's stream, but we will have them on a future stream coming soon.
Eventually. You guys will just have to grind them out, tune into some channels, and watch other streamers.
You see how
I
it's
saw. What happens when drops are over? Is there no way to ever get the stream of Persona again? I missed the stream. So yeah, we'll be doing drops pretty often. Also, the streamers will be doing drops whenever they are actually streaming. They are under no obligation to.
I can say
stream,
nothing that Chuan Ju
for-
didn't already say much better.
I don't know, like they stream on their own agenda usually. So whenever they do stream, you'll find them there, and we will communicate whenever we have them enabled on our stream. So we just want to give them first dibs at their own sort of avatar drop. We thought that was fair. And we do have a couple of streamers who will be going live in the next couple of weeks, so look out for that. No worries, man. No worries.
We're turning off listen, maybe help.
Try. Yeah.
That's...
Potentially.
Yeah.
So where we at?
Here we can see what I was talking about earlier. We haven't even invented everything in the medieval era. I think there's even some old text from the classical we didn't pick up yet.
Okay.
And these other guys are in the contemporary somewhere over here with, fighter planes
Monoplane
and tanks.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they possibly already have like heavy machine guns and everything.
Yeah, Steph, do you want to turn down the... thanks for the...
If the game audio is still
Yeah, we can
loud,
turn it
that
down.
luckily is a much easier fix.
Yeah, we can fix that.
Definitely.
Let's go to like about 60.
Yogscast... Yeah, Yogscast streams fairly often. They have streamed a couple times already, and both Lewis and the Spiffing Brit were dropping on their channels, so that's a pretty good place to snag them, for sure. But also, you're going to kind of work towards getting all of them. You're not going to really have them all in the first couple weeks of the game being out. So, yeah. It'll be a process to kind of grab them. But here, we'll usually have a couple of the drops enabled. I don't think it's always all
As
of them,
feudal
but it's
structures
most of them.
prove practical for both farming and warfare, certain codes
By the way,
and
did
practices
they?
arise
We
that
just edited the
ideally
audio a little bit.
ensure
Does
a
it sound a
fair
little bit
and
better,
honorable
chat?
society.
It's basically like Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly.
The Spiff is the shiny one because you only get him on the Yogscast stream.
Spiff's the shiny Charizard.
Dang.
You know, as people said when we first had the Spiff avatar, Twitch drops are a perfectly balanced game with no exploits. Spiff has Twitch drops without ever streaming on Twitch.
Yeah. Steph, if you want to
The
turn
new
this one down,
independent
maybe go
people.
like about half
And who are-
way-ish. That should help a little bit. Yeah.
History.
Audio still okay. We have Hawks_32, who is resident producer on our stream today. Thank you, Hawks. Any update on the Mac OS version? We're still working on it. That's something that will be coming in hopefully the next couple weeks, but we'll keep you guys updated on our socials and over on Games Together, so follow those for more information there.
Yeah, it's the Mac version has unfortunately proven more tricky than expected, but I
Right.
think that is partly also because we need to assess the whole what's it called, M1?
Yeah, oh yeah.
That new
the M1
chipset
chip.
they have.
Yeah, definitely.
1.2.132.
Nice.
It's a sub branch.
Right. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Shreyash Chahwan, what's happening today? We're playing some of Humankind. We're completing, well, hopefully progressing.
Yeah, I mean,
bit.
we're completing it one way or another, probably by the green player winning.
Yeah, but if you're referring to what's happening by the fact that there's 3 of us today, I'm new here. I'll be taking over Rogan's position here in Paris as he goes back to Canada.
The Great White North.
To Canada, eh? And
Wow, nice.
I got
Good
a little
try.
A in there for you.
Good try.
You know, I think I might be doing a Wisconsin accent.
Yeah, something. It's something.
So yeah, so you'll be seeing a lot more of me. I'll be here, and yeah, I mean, you'll still be seeing Rogan too, because we're gonna be splitting up the work. But
Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah. So Nightbot just sent through a message over on Twitch that's all about the map maker contest. So you can enter that by creating your own map in Humankind, and you can win a pretty sweet PC. You can check it out at the link that Nightbot so graciously bestowed upon us.
Would definitely recommend do actually check out the link, because there's some requirements you need to respect in order for the map to be eligible.
Yeah, Fnatic, we just have 3 mics like really close to each other, so it might not be perfect.
we're gonna be working on getting a better audio,
Better setup.
here pretty soon. I mean, heck yeah, Wisconsin. Do we have a local Wisconsin here in the chat? Northman. Have any of you guys ever had chocolate cheese?
No.
You know, I lived in Colorado for about 2 years, and I knew a guy whose family was from Wisconsin, and they had chocolate cheese there. And it sounds like something that should never happen.
So is it
But
cheese that tastes like chocolate, or
it's-
chocolate that tastes like cheese?
It's cheese that tastes like chocolate.
Ah.
But it's basically, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like the best of both worlds, in a
Yeah,
way.
you know, when you said that, the mental image I had was actually somehow cheese in chocolate,
Covered in chocolate.
which, you know, I've had bacon with chocolate, and that was good.
Yeah.
So cheese could work as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so think about it this way. Cheese is normally yellow or like white or orange. Well, this cheese is brown.
Oh.
It's brown cheese that tastes like you're eating chocolate, but it's cheesy. I don't know how to describe it other than that. You're just gonna have to go to Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Check it out.
I guess so. I want to try it now. Cause I mean, like we're in Paris, so you'd think it'd be around.
I think to be honest, I think French people would be appalled.
Yeah,
Oh,
what would I
right.
say? French people probably regard that as some kind of heresy.
Fair.
I think they'd be
Fair
like,
enough.
you cannot do this. Like, you can have chocolate and cheese.
Yes, so good.
It's so delicious,
Yeah?
though.
All right.
Chocolate cheese. I'm telling you, you gotta check it out.
We go nuts over cheese in Wisconsin. We got a couple
Okay,
Wisconsiners
Corey. Yeah.
over here.
Okay, Corey. Let's
Nice.
go. Let's go.
I see. You know, things are going well.
What happened? Oh, You've been oppressing the faithful?
The thing is, these are not even our strong neighbors, but they've adopted the state religion, probably, of the green guys. And since all of our people are following the Hittites' shamanism there, they're like, you're oppressing the faithful. And I think they may be onto something there. We should probably just say, I'm sorry, I know we tried to keep Humankind Hype alive.
Right.
But look at these numbers.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We have like 5 followers of Humankind Hype left, and they have 109.
Maybe we give in.
This religion is going to be so much stronger than ours. If we check, let's see, they got science on strategic deposits, which will be valuable because we're bad in science.
Right.
They got more stability, also good. Oh, more war support. That might help us.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
even more
okay.
science. So
Well, it's all pretty good.
So yeah, I guess we will now
Time to convert.
convert to.
All right. Sorry,
That's
Humankind
shame.
Hype was our now old religion.
Yeah, that's okay.
It'll be one for the history books. We'll put it like that.
Looks like we got a couple of French people in the chat, Clement and Sebastien. Yeah, see, I didn't think French people would be down with it. It doesn't seem like something you guys would be into.
Strongly
but, see,
disapprove.
In America, I'm from America. I guess I didn't really even introduce myself.
Yeah, feel free.
For anybody that wasn't here earlier when I introduced myself, I'm Jordan, and I'm from the United States, and specifically from the West Coast, Oregon, represent. But yeah, in the United States, we like to mix things that should never be mixed. It's called
Right.
fusion food, and it's all over the place. Mexican food with Asian food. Boom, somebody's done it,
That kind of sounds good, though.
But yeah, sometimes you have winning combinations, and I think chocolate cheese, that should be one of them.
Winning
That should be
combination?
yeah.
Sebastian says sounds gross.
Yeah. Heck yeah, West Coast.
Yeah.
I see you, Saikana.
Nice.
Got some West Coast people up in here.
Hell yeah.
You guys put cheese on everything, though. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It does a number on your digestion, though. Let's be honest.
And this is good. Now the tables have turned.
Oh, wow.
They haven't converted to Hittite shamanism yet. Now suddenly we can tell the Haudenosaunee here that they are oppressing the faithful.
I'm being oppressed.
Indeed.
Fanatic
Clearly this is the lake where we got the sword.
The lady of the lake, clad in shimmering shamite, did thrust a sword in your direction.
Or in the words of Monty Python, some watery tart threw a sword of us.
Some watery taught. Fanatic has a question, Caecilius. What fills up the religion meter, which after being filled leads to choosing a tenant?
That's actually your relative, your number of followers relative to how many you need for the next tenant. Unfortunately, I can't show it right now because we're in Reformation.
All right.
But
it's just like social media. The more followers you have, the stronger your
the more
religion
powerful
is.
you are, basically.
Right, yeah, exactly.
and it's
Exactly
like, the first threshold is like 25 or something. And, when you get your religion, you usually have like 10 population, which is why it starts out partly full.
Right.
But then,
Dang, you have a lot of influence.
yeah, we're doing good on influence at least.
On my current run, I'm negative influence.
Really?
I
have
have
too
way
many
too many
cities?
cities. Yeah, I have
Yeah.
like 5 or 6 out of 3 or
I'll
something.
get you.
Yeah,
Catch up with you.
But yeah, Hawks, we're currently streaming on YouTube and Twitch. So
Yeah.
if you hear us talking to the Beyond and you don't see them in chat, it's because they're over at YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, the influence is, the one thing that is actually going reasonably well for us. I mean, they converted one territory here,
Yeah.
and somehow they're converting this one over here.
East Coast is where it's at. I don't know about that. JTS Kiyaki 1.
I am tempted to actually say, since we don't have that much money, let's go ahead and say, yeah, guys, actually, give us all that land here.
Give it all.
Things because they're oppressing the faithful.
Right.
As far as I recall, if they give in, then they will just hand over the territory. Oh no, they want us to hand over territory.
Oh.
No.
That's a hard no.
Is there a war coming or what?
Possibly.
Possibly. Could be.
Testbug has a question. Does anybody know how to use a Twitch drop avatar after getting it in your Twitch inventory? I believe you have to have them linked.
You have to have your Twitch account and your Games Together account linked, and then you have to log into your Games Together account in the game, and they should be there. If they're not showing up currently, you might just have to relink your Twitch account and your Games Together account, and that should fix it. It's helped people in the past. So.
You know, I think the AI is trying to be tricky with us here.
Oh, cheeky.
After we refused all of their demands, instead of, declaring war,
yeah,
they're offering an alliance.
Oh.
Which, of course, if we accept this and then we declare the war, then we're traitors and
Yeah.
people will not like us.
Right.
So now the question is, do we sign an alliance and withdraw the demands, or do we play hardball here and try to conquer these cities, try to connect our area?
Sake, we're playing on Nation difficulty, which for me personally, when I'm playing, is hard.
Yeah, and as you can see, I'm not that great at the game yet either. This is, my usual situation of, in theory, I know how the systems work.
Yeah.
In practice, I am bad at putting them successfully into motion.
Right. Yeah. In practice. Yeah.
It's like real life too.
Exactly. All hard. Jordan, do you want to tell us your story? What's your deal? What are you doing in Paris?
What's any of our stories?
Yeah.
That's a great question. Well, I didn't grow up thinking that I'd be working at a video game company, to be honest.
Right.
I was kind of a kid that just went with the flow. I didn't really have my own dreams, really. Oh,
Right.
did you want me to go that far back?
Go back.
How far back are we going?
When you were in a crib, when you were little.
When I was 1 year old, I had red hair still. No, that's a great question. A little bit about myself. Well, I've been living in Paris for about 1.5 years. I moved over here with my wife, who works at Disneyland. So she's really cool. I like her a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so it's basically just been a whole life of moving around, visiting the world for me. And I started streaming about 1.5 years ago. On my own channel, and then in the past about 6 months or so, I've just kind of been keeping my eye out on the job market, and I heard about Amplitude Studios, and you guys seemed really cool, so I did a little bit of research, applied for a couple of jobs, and here I am.
Here you are.
Here I am. That's
amazing.
It's been a good ride. I mean, this has been my first week here at work, and it's been fantastic. I really feel like the Ampla family. I feel like you can add Ampla in front of anything.
Yeah.
It works pretty well.
Ampla
works pretty good.
Ampla family has just enveloped me in their loving arms, and it's been really great.
Yeah.
So yeah.
By the way, I was listening to you. I was just fixing a tweet.
No, you're totally fine.
Thanks. Somebody put that in chat. That's awesome. And so, I asked you this earlier, and you had some really interesting insight. What's your sort of gaming history?
My gaming history.
Yeah.
Well, I've been playing games since I was pretty darn young.
Yeah.
I remember my first gaming device that I had was a cyan Game Boy Color. So it was the blue Game Boy Color.
Oh, that one was. I think I had that one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like the bright
It's like
sort
a
of
blue-green.
turquoise-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the one.
that kind of color where you're
Yeah.
not sure if it's blue or it's green.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
It's in between. But
By the
yeah.
way, chat, tell us what color Game Boy Color you had, because I know a bunch of you had one. Don't tell me you didn't.
Hard to say what the demographics are here, but I feel like there's probably some people that had a Game Boy.
There was.
See, Tecto's got a green one.
I
Apple
can
green.
tell you that it wasn't, my own, it was my older sister's.
Oh yeah.
An original Game Boy was one of my first consoles I
The
played.
gray one.
The gray one, the one with
brick.
the black and green screen, the brick, the one you could kill somebody with. If
I've
you,
seen that
Right.
one. Yeah.
and Tetris.
Yeah.
Looks like
What-
we had
what-
a couple of people with the see-through purple one. That one was so cool.
That one was sick.
I didn't know how to
That
get
was
that
sick.
one, to be honest.
Yeah. That was a rare one.
But you know, when your first gaming console was an original Game Boy with Tetris, your mind is forever cursed with that tune.
Oh, yeah.
Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun, dun.
We're going to get the MC8
Oh, sorry.
by Tetris.
They can't DMC for that one because it's a traditional Russian folk tune.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay.
I was
So let's
like,
keep going.
Is my singing that
Yeah.
good?
Yeah. Red, pinkish, nice. And then what from there? What games did you have?
Oh, what games did I have? Well,
Yeah.
the first game I ever had was a Pokemon Gold version.
Nice.
It was and is still my favorite Pokemon game.
Yeah.
The 3 legendary dogs, although they're not all dogs apparently, I found this out a couple years ago.
I didn't.
You
know.
have Entei,
Yeah.
which is a dog. You have Suicune, which is a dog, and then Raikou is technically a cat.
That
And so they have to be the legendary
Wait,
beasts.
they're the legendary beasts.
You know,
Not dogs.
when you say technically a cat, my immediate reaction is, wait, is it some kind of hyena?
No, it's a
like-
cat.
It's
It's a
just
cat, actually.
Oh.
I mean, but if you look at what Raikou looks like, it does kind of have like a feline face.
It does, but it's so funny that they even address that they should be dogs
Yep.
in it. Okay.
It's weird, but yeah, no, it's just a fantastic game. More like
yeah.
tiger. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
but like
it's
a
kinda
tiger's
like
like a big cat.
Yeah.
Tecto, that's...
Was it though? Was it really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm on your side, Olenra. I don't want to believe this, but I have to.
It
believe
shattered
the truth.
my whole childhood,
Yeah.
really.
I had silver version.
Okay,
I can't
you were
remember
one of them.
What were the differences again? Do you just get Ho-Oh and
Yeah, so the
Lugia in
legendary.
different order, or can you get both of them in each game? I can't
So,
remember.
no.
No?
You can't.
You
So
can
the
only
way
get
that they
one.
did it back then was they would release the 2 main games,
Right.
and you would have to trade legendaries to get the other one, right? So Silver had Ho-Oh, Gold had... Silver had Lugia, Gold had Ho-Oh, and then Crystal version was like the one that they released a couple months after.
Right. And that one was like the...
And that one is the one where you can get both of them.
Ah.
And there's also like other special things about the third one.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, like they just want people to buy 2 games, so they would
Sure.
release like a third one, like Ruby, Sapphire, had Emerald a couple months later.
Right.
But they actually released another legendary with that. They were like, oh well, we'll give them a new legendary, Rayquaza or Rayquaza, as some people actually said. That was another life-shattering thing. I feel like
Yeah.
when Pokemon Go came out, I don't know if you guys played Pokemon Go.
The last Pokemon game I touched was Blue Red.
Oh
Okay.
wow.
So
Oh
it's been a
geez.
second.
It's been a while, yes.
Will we ever get Gandhi to fight as an AI profile? Maybe.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that, you know, Nuke Happy is, like, I don't remember what it's called, but there's a Nuke Happy bias.
Oh,
so
yeah.
you can make your own Gandhi.
Right. Yeah. Definitely.
But yeah,
Somebody
I mean,
probably already did.
Probably. Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. First game, so you skipped over Blue and Red completely.
well, I think I was a little old, or a little old for that.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that right. I was too young to have played
Right.
Blue and Red.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely.
They came out before I had money to get something.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, and you said you were playing Humankind right now,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, I started my first game on Monday.
Okay. All right. And so what's been your trajectory so far? Can you talk us through your game? What's
Oh.
happened so far in it?
So in my game, I chose the Hittites because I'm a bloodthirsty, warlord basically, and I delight in the destruction of other people.
Of course.
And so basically, I have been trying to kill the Huns for the past 100 or so turns,
Yeah.
unsuccessfully, because the Huns can retreat. They come up and attack me and then retreat
They
and
do
hide
that.
in their cities, and I'm like,
you made the famous blunder. One of the two.
getting into a land war in Asia.
Yeah. and the other one being, never go up against a Sicilian when death is on the line.
That's true.
Yes.
Great question, Sublustrous. I haven't. This is my first contact with the Amplitude games, and I'm really loving it, actually. I'm really interested in getting to play the Endless games, because I recently have been getting into a lot of roguelites on my stream, and it's super cool. They're like, it's like, I don't know, it's like a kind of one of those like live, die, repeat situations.
Right.
You get to just try to get better and better every single time. Even though you're failing, you're still kind of happy about it.
Right, yeah.
Because
totally.
you learn something from it. And I haven't played any roguelites like in my life until like a month ago.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, when I first came here, I only had minimal playtime in some of the games, and we sort of like took to the stream to teach me Endless Space 2. Steph, those were the days where you were sort of like taking me through. I was an ultimate noob, and now I'm only just like a standard noob.
Standard.
Yeah.
You've evolved.
I've evolved
slightly.
maybe one step. Still a noob. Still really bad. But at least, like, I know why I'm bad now.
Yeah.
You know?
The Huns and Mongols are far too strong.
Yeah.
I kind of am getting that vibe. I
will
think
this
there might be some balancing to do
I
there.
think
for sure.
the Mongols are in a kind of okay spot because the wait, I think I have some of them around. The pikemen are about as strong as the Mongol hordes, but you know, they are anti-cavalry, so they get the bonus. But the Huns are definitely really strong, and the part where I personally feel we should perhaps tweak a bit is how fast they grow. It's just, even when you can beat them, it's such a gigantic battle when they show up with like 16 people and you have like 8.
Yeah. And that's another thing, like we had Balthazar, who is one of the game designers on the live for the game. We had him on last stream. If any of you missed it, we talked a lot about sort of what our priorities are. We just did a post on Games Together as well, Steph, on some of the patches and kind of what's been going on. So you can check over there for some of that stuff. But again, like to reiterate what he's been saying and we've been saying is like that sort of balance in game is going to be something that we're kind of always working on. We're always sort of trying to get right. The game designers do want the different cultures to feel their own way. That's kind of what this sort of asymmetrical design is all about. However, when there is some culture that is like pretty overpowered, we'll want to like rein that in a little bit. So it's like a balancing act. We're trying to make sure that everything feels good to play and feels unique, but also isn't like there's not like one clear choice. So it's something we're working on for sure, along with many other things.
I guess the time has come. We're at 100 war support, so
let's do it.
Let's see if we can get some territory out of them.
Yeah.
Of course, that breaks like a lot of our trade routes, but that should be fine because we're just going to take it.
Yeah. There are no drops on the stream, but we're looking into it for future streams. So keep your eyes peeled.
Yeah.
Keep them eyes peeled.
Slap that notification bell.
Yeah.
How nice of them. They're actually attacking us, so they need to come out of the walls.
Thanks, guys. We have our friend Barely Tactical in the chat. What's up, Barely? Barely plays Humankind quite often on his channel. He's a great streamer. If anybody in chat is not following him, go there right now and follow him.
That's a demand.
That's a demand.
You have no other options. Will there be extra cultures added later on? Good question, Tecto. I don't know the answer to that.
Well, so we do have some plans for some extra content coming out. We haven't announced those yet, but stay tuned. We'll be talking more about that. And yeah, I think you guys are going to like it. That's all we can say. Sorry.
Our lips are sealed.
Yeah.
Looks like Barely's doing well. It's good having you here. It's good having you in the stream.
Yeah, man. Would be really fun to have avatars of you folks. So you can grab those off Games Together. I don't know if yours is there. Jordan's avatar looks very much like Jordan.
Mine actually looks almost exactly like me.
Yeah.
I was just like designing it and I'm like, oh my gosh, this guy looks kind of he looks kind of dope, but
Yeah.
oh wait, it's me.
Yeah, very awesome. The hair is like almost.
There's a haircut that's like really similar to mine, where it's a little
Yeah.
like long on the top, you
Yeah.
know? It's pretty good. But yeah, the Games Together, if you guys aren't on Games Together already, you guys should definitely head to that. Do we have a Games Together link? Maybe that would be a good link to
That
have.
would be a great link. Yeah,
We're
definitely.
gonna get to that. I have a lot of really cool ideas for the stream. Not to overpromise and underdeliver, but I have a lot of really cool ideas that are going to help the interaction with the chat as we get you guys more involved, and hopefully there should be helpful commands for things, and we're just gonna kind of like keep on making the stream better for you guys, and it's gonna be good.
Yeah. A Cantor Jojo on YouTube says, because you're in a battle right now, could you talk a bit about how line of sight works?
Yeah, I can certainly try. The important thing that I think is very hard to see from the game interface as it is now is that a lot of territory features count as 2 levels tall.
Right.
Units, I believe, count as 2 levels tall. Forests do, and I think the city terrain as well. So just being up one hill, it's not enough to see across a forest, which is, I think, what trips up most people, that they think, oh, I'm standing on this hill here, I should be able to shoot across my guys, but actually, the guys are a little taller than the hill here. So with these, I can, as you can see, technically I could shoot these guys over here. In practice I can't, because these are early gunners, they can't move and shoot.
Right.
But if I stood here, I wouldn't be able to shoot across them. And
Right.
also, very importantly, if let me turn on the grid to make it a little clearer. If, for example, these units could stand here, I mean, I guess technically they could embark, I wouldn't be able to shoot them with these, because in case it goes across the edge here, as far as I know, it always picks the more defensive option.
Right.
Which, in that case, the game would say, no, you would be shooting your swordsman in the back. You can't do that.
Right.
Interesting.
And that is, I will fully admit, I think the main reason why I had an easier time grappling with how the line of sight system works is because it is relatively similar to how it works in the Battletech board game, which I have played for like 15 years. So
Oh, okay.
I have like a
Sort of ingrained.
it's kind of ingrained, so I have a bit of similar to muscle memory, but for reading the map.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Definitely.
Yes, barely tactical. Declaring that you have high ground is very important in a battle, because that way you can keep your arms and legs, I think.
Yeah, and
Yeah, definitely. Avoid the
obviously,
lava.
if you do not have the high ground, never tell your opponent that they underestimate your power.
Yeah. Yes.
Very important.
Yeah. So, Steph, who are you thinking of going for in the industrial era? Do we have our eyes set on anything there?
I'm right now. I'm trying to even get to the industrial era
That's very
before
true.
the Zulu end the game.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
We should probably maybe.
Yeah, sure. You can close. Steph, we'll just take the mouse from you for
Where
one
is it?
sec. Oh, yeah.
Probably
There you go.
Got it.
This.
Yeah, no, yeah, Saltarius. I was just mentioning that we should fix that, and we got it.
I mean, look at this. Like these crossbowmen, technically they have 10 strength less than our gunners, but because they're sitting behind a wall, hiding in the buildings, we're like, oh yeah, we'll do a whole 12 to 28 damage. Well, I guess we're going to. Wait, nope. Can I? Yes.
Evan Klein, the Mac version, it's being worked on, and should come out soon. We don't know exactly when.
Yeah. So, Game Boy, we were talking about.
We were talking about the Game Boy.
Everybody had their say in what color of Game Boy they had. I
Yeah.
also had a friend who had a sick Pikachu Game Boy that was pure yellow. That was
the
awesome.
limited edition Pikachu Game Boy.
Yeah. And then Steph had the OG gray brick.
Well, as I say, I played on it. It wasn't technically mine.
Right.
You know how it is when you have 3 sisters in one family. It's
Right.
like,
Yeah, definitely. I'm the oldest. I have a brother and a sister, and my brother liked to say everything that was mine was also his, and that really irked me.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, man, get out of here.
I was
This is
probably that
mine.
brother.
Yeah.
My older brother was always upset when I would use his things. And I'm like, but you can use any of my things.
Yeah. Fairly Tactical had an old gray one as well. Yeah.
Okay.
That one, I never had that one. Thought it was cool. Game Boy Color, a little more compact. But it didn't have the backlight on it. That was the thing. That's where the Game Boy SP comes in, though.
Heck yeah. Yeah,
Did
I
the
remember,
original Game Boy Advance have a backlight as well?
I don't think the Game Boy Advance had a backlight,
No.
but I might be wrong. I didn't ever have the Game Boy Advance per se, but I remember on my original Game Boy Color, I had a plug-in that plugged into the side socket that had a light that would hover over the screen, where you had to look underneath the light to see your screen, but it was
Right.
just
Right.
okay, see, yeah. It's like kind of saying the GBA did not have a backlight.
Okay.
Okay.
So it was
only on the SP.
SP was quality.
Okay, yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, I was telling Rogan earlier that I actually have a funny story about how I got my Game Boy Advanced SP. I was at Costco, right, getting some hot dogs, just having a good evening,
Hot diggities.
and had to use the restroom, And so I make my way to the restroom. I'm in there. I'm washing my hands, and what do I see on the little shelf by the mirror? But a shiny silver Game Boy Advance SP, and I was like, as a little kid, I was like, "Ah, what is this thing?"
Freaking out.
And I was like, "Oh my gosh, hello, is there anybody in here?" There was nobody in the bathroom, and so I took it, and I was like, "Hey mom, I found this in the bathroom." And she's like, "Oh, well, we got to take it to the people, take it to the desk or whatever."
Must
And,
have a lost and found or
yeah.
something.
So we talked to them, and they were like, "Oh, cool. Thank you for giving this to us. Can we get your information just in case we can't find the people who it belongs to? Because after 2 weeks or something like that, maybe it was 4 weeks, I don't know. We'll give it to you because the other people won't come."
That's so cool that they would actually do that.
I was honestly flabbergasted. I thought they would just keep it, but I guess they probably can't do that.
Way to go, Costco.
yeah, I think it's also an issue of storage costs.
Oh, right.
So it's
Can't
throw
store
it-
all the lost items.
yeah, it's either throw it away or give it to the people who found it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you so much for that comment, Francis Chanas. 60 hours on Steam. That's a long time.
Very nice.
You've been grinding, brother. But yeah,
Very nice.
Toilet Game Boy is the best Game Boy. Let's be honest. So, anyways, you guys know the story. They didn't come to get the Game Boy, and I got myself a shiny new Game Boy Advance SP that had Legend of Zelda 4 Swords on it, I think, and A Link to the Past. I think it was the dual game for that.
Yeah. Right.
It was awesome. I played that a lot.
Okay. When I thought I would last catch the stream on time, you moved it. Yeah, we moved it today because there was just a little bit of work happening, and I didn't want to mess with the stream going offline or anything like that. So we moved it a little bit earlier, and now we'll stop. You know what? You know what's special about this? Well, first, it's my last stream from the actual office, but even more so, we're streaming from 4 to 6, so I won't be so damn hungry at the end of the stream.
Oh my gosh.
Same with Steph. Steph gets it.
There's that one viewer we have, Doodle Goop, who always comes in and tortures us, talking
Yes.
about the amazing food he's making because
Oh
he
my
knows it's the end of the workday and we're hungry.
We're going from 6 to 8, and it's just prime dinner hours.
Honestly, I'd
And,
probably be eating on stream if we
I
were
mean-
doing it from 6 to 8.
Yeah,
I got hypoglycemia. I can't go without food.
there you go.
I gotta eat.
What's a good stream snack?
What's a good stream snack? Ooh, you know what I usually eat on stream? A banana.
Oh, banana. Wow, nice.
Banana is good because, it's not
It's
so noisy.
prepackaged.
Prepackaged.
Bananas are
It's
prepackaged.
prepackaged and it's not noisy.
It's not noisy.
Not like, some crunchy.
It's a little
Snack.
sensual, Just
Crunchiest thing you can find, clearly. Food is underrated. You think all food is underrated?
I don't know.
I think it's properly
It's a
rated.
very general statement, Wolf1455.
good question from Hawks.
Yeah, what do each of us do at Amplitude? Well, I'm the newest member of the team here, so I guess I'll go first. I'm going to be the social media and streaming specialist here in the office. And then, Rogan, you're going back to Canada, and you're going to be more of a freelance free agent, 007.
So I'm going back, taking next week off just to move into my apartment and all that jazz. But I'll be back fairly soon after that. And I'll be supporting with that as well. I do a lot of like content creation at Amplitude on top of that. So yeah, I'll be supporting that, supporting the stream. Jordan is sort of going to take the reins on it from there. But if we want to do sort of a more North American schedule and have something more focused on like the European time zone here, maybe that could be an idea. But whatever, we'll figure it out.
You guys will see a little bit more in the future, but we may or may not have 2 streams a week. Could happen.
Yeah. Could happen, for sure.
You guys will just have to stay tuned.
Yeah.
It looked like somebody was mentioning the food thing. Wolf was mentioning that for your benefit.
Yeah, it is, it has been a thing on our streams for a while. But at least, I guess it kept us focused and not wandering off and rambling as the hunger sets in.
Yeah. And Steph, what do you do here? Oh, Psychana, the triumphant return of the double streams. Yes, we were doing that before. But yeah.
What do I do is
yes.
I'm your community manager or community developer, whichever you prefer. So I'm responsible mostly for all of the blog posts you see. I'm responsible for reading all the feedback you give. I'm trying to respond where I can, but I will fully admit there has been a very enthusiastic response to Humankind, so I can barely even keep on top of reading. I have very little time to actually respond in individual threads, so I'm also looking into solutions for that to get answers to you without needing to, reply on each thread individually, because that would take a lot of time. And I'm also responsible for managing the VIP program of Amplitude, so our alpha testers, if you will, the people who, as they called it recently, have to swear an oath of secrecy, which sounds so much more badass than non-disclosure agreement.
Yeah.
Thank you for your comment, Bach Awful. Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you. I just started playing Humankind, so I'm basically a noob. I'm getting my butt kicked by the Huns, so but we're glad that you're enjoying the game.
Yeah.
Also, thank you, Contour Jojo. We appreciate it. It's not fun, but gotta do what you gotta do, Horatio. Oh, they've been teaching me about Horatio. I've been hearing all about Senor Horatio the Perfect.
I thought knowing Horatio was some kind of entrance exam.
They didn't mention it in the interview for this job, but now I know about Horatio.
By the way, we had somebody asking about the mask. So we are all vaccinated here. We just wanted the extra protection with the masks because we're sitting in close proximity. So just keeping it safe, keeping it fun, and hope you all are staying safe out there as well.
I made a grave tactical error.
Okay.
Put my trebuchet here and forgot that it blocks the line of sight for this guy shooting here. But if I move these here, then these guys can't shoot anymore. I guess over here will be a decent spot.
Tons rule on the sea too. Yeah, they rule everything. Streaming European time zone would be nice, by the way. It's a pleasure to play a French game that's so nice. Yeah, we appreciate that, Francis.
Own units block a line of sight. Well, yeah.
Yep.
Don't want to shoot them.
Yeah, I mean, there's you can make arguments for both in that. You could also say, like many games do, say that, they're all on the same side, there's coordination, so they will just,
move out
duck
of the way.
as the others shoot over their heads or something, or move out of the way.
Yeah.
Which is, how, for example, a lot of the Tables of War game style games handle it, because when you have like these 10 dudes in a single squad, and if you had to track, oh no, this other dude in the same squad is in the way, and it's like, but it makes no sense because in reality they would be moving around and they use an opportunity
Right.
when it presents itself.
Yeah, definitely.
What if I want to shoot my guys in the back? Ooh, dang, Saltarius.
There you go.
The backstabber.
Very nice.
Yeah, Saltarius.
Clay Boucher.
Saltarius is the, hey, this is the first build where nukes work, so let me nuke the entire world kind of player.
Yeah, trebuchet. That is a French word, but I don't think it stands for very bucket.
Trebuchet.
Trebuchet. Oui, oui.
Clearly, the reason that we lost this one is we didn't bring La Vache.
The cows.
The cows.
You know, like in the Monty Python scene where.
Oh.
I mean,
toss the cow into the trebuchet?
technically, in history, I believe they really did in some sieges toss cow cadavers with a trebuchet to, you know, cause sickness and disease and make the others surrender. The joke in Monty Python, of course, is that the cow is still alive when they throw her.
I picked Expansionist first Civ last time and realized I was alone on an island. Oh, that's tough. That's tough. But you'll get past it, you know. You just get on to the next era and you choose I don't know, anything other than that.
Oh no, please don't kill the. Oh god.
Uh-oh.
I think he died, but he took a good chunk out of them.
Marta's in the chat. Welcome.
Looks like bucket is bucket in French. Or bucket. Is it pronounced bucket? My French pronunciation is pretty bad.
Oh yeah.
So technically it'd be très baquet, maybe, for very bucket.
Norseman over the Khmer? I don't know. You can't really put a price on those elephants.
Oh yeah.
I love the elephants. Who doesn't? Hope you're all having a good one. Are we having a good one? I think we're having a good one.
I'm having a good one.
You too?
Apart from, you know, losing very advanced units to some dudes with meat cleavers.
Right.
You hate to see it
The
happen.
one downside. The low of the day.
Yeah, currently I keep on leveling up my dudes, and then the Huns come shoot them.
Right.
They can't attack back because it's a ranged attack,
Yeah.
and then they just run away.
So what era are you on?
I think
Medieval?
I'm at medieval at this point.
Right.
But I don't really have anything medieval yet. I think my issue currently is my science is really behind my era,
Okay.
because I've basically just been making a lot of babies and just taking out people.
A lot of food, making a lot of units,
Yeah.
running into battle.
The agrarian, I believe it's called.
Yep.
The agrarian stars. That's what I've been going after. I went Hittites, then Celts, and then Celts. So double Celt.
Oh, you
Celtic.
transcended.
I transcended.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like a-
so first game you're immediately going for the challenge run by transcending instead of getting a culture with new bonuses.
You know, well, I just thought I am a redhead. The Celts are redheads.
Right.
It's basically
go.
the same.
There you go. Has anybody in chat done a transcendence playthrough? You just transcend all the way through. We had one guy on Reddit. Did you see this, Steph? The guy who won on turn 76?
Yeah, turn 76 going to Mars on normal speed.
Crazy.
But yeah, but then on the other hand, we have players saying that they barely even get into the early modern in the 300 turns. So that's really, you know, we need to find out what we need to tweak so that both players have the more intended experience of it takes about 300 turns to finish the game.
Yeah. No, I feel like that would be too hard. Challenge accepted, Fabriz.
What are the names of our personas so that they can crush us?
Oh.
I think mine's just my name.
It
That's
should be your G2G
Games
username.
Together username.
So for me, it's the cat o' nine tails with the dashes, but careful, it's a pun. It's spelled A-L-E-S at the end, not A-I-L-S.
Tales.
Yes.
I get it. Like stories.
Mine
Yes,
is
exactly.
Mine is Martinson. There's 2 N's, the first instance of the N, and it's S-E-N. M-A-R-T-E-N-N-S-E-N.
Mine's just Jordan Merrill, but there's a 0 instead of an O.
Nice.
And Merrill's a hard name to spell. It's 2 R's, 2 L's.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Got the doubles going on.
Are drops enabled for the stream? No, bang, bang. They're not. But on a future stream, they will be.
Yes, definitely. Stay tuned.
The Carthaginians. I really wanted to RP Dido since she was Punic and founded Carthage.
Okay.
Smart.
Like roleplay throughout the whole thing? The roleplay is real in Humankind. You can really, like, if you get really into it, you can try and get there. The Jiao is really good for this. Okay. Because they've got the do you remember their legacy trait?
I think it's called Harmonious Thoughts. It's the one that gives you +2 stability on every district, which is basically a 20% discount on the stability impact of your district. So you can build bigger cities, which makes them definitely a good choice for Transcendence.
Okay. Somebody said somebody did it with the Babylonians in all throughout. That's pretty good. I think the Babylonians is my favorite choice in that first era. I know the Harapins is a popular choice in that first era as well.
In my playthrough, the Harapins are all dead, actually.
See you later.
Yeah, they got wiped out pretty early, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. They just didn't get
curses. They're technically willing to trade with us, but they want more money than we have.
Yeah. Damn. Sorry, guys. Maybe one day.
Well, the thing is, we need to trade with them because they might have more saltpeter, which we need for better units.
IDCAF, yes, there are fixes coming. There's a couple patches coming out. Don't have a date attached to them right now, but we're definitely working hard on balancing some stuff out, but also working on a couple changes. You'll see those come in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, so. This game is far from over. There's a whole, schedule for things that are going to be coming out in the coming months. So
totally.
Stay tuned.
Totes my goats.
1 through timer expiration. S2 AI, we're on 1 area ahead of me. Nice, Tecto. Let's go.
So what's the plan now, Steph? Are we still fighting the?
Yeah, we're still fighting them over here.
Yeah.
Sadly,
we got a couple swordsmen.
We can't upgrade the swordsman.
Not yet.
We don't have the right tech for it yet, so this is really our main fighting force. But I think before I actually start the siege over here, I'll hang around on the high ground here, and we need to get a couple more units over there. Along 5 turns. Would the halberdiers be any quicker?
The beta plan is watching the stream while working on a custom map for the competition. May luck ever be in your favor.
Good luck.
I hope you win, beta plan.
I mean, that is a really juicy price we have for the competition.
Oh yes.
It's nicer than my computer. I'll say that.
Oh, mine too.
I think for me it's about even. I think the one we have for the competition has a better motherboard and CPU.
Yeah.
But I do have the better graphics card.
You do have a better graphics.
You have a better. There's like a 30.
It's a 2080 in that.
Oh, it's a 2080.
Steph, I believe you have a 3080.
But
nice.
I paid for that. The PC costs like €3,500.
Paid for it in blood and tears.
Logan Berry is in love with us and saving up to buy the game. Love you too.
Love you too, Logan. Appreciate it.
Can't wait for you to play the game.
Just saying, there are many people underestimating the fun out of transcending cultures, both for fame points and for role-playing purpose. Yeah, I tried to make my civilization as true to myself as possible, until some of the bonuses that I got from doing certain things just outweighed it, and I was like, nope. Totally. I'd like to be able to, attack people better, so...
Yeah. But you know, is the game trying to tell me something about the state of my empire here?
Oh, what?
You know, finding that ancient statue of Ozymandias, look upon my works, you mighty, and despair.
The sands of time. Got the Prince of Persia in front of us here.
No, more like the Pharaoh of Egypt.
Right,
Because,
yeah.
You know, that's the
Yeah.
statue who...
Yeah. What shall we do? What do we have? Preach, write, and venerate?
I'm very much leaning toward this because we really need
Because
it
we
at the
need
moment.
units, yeah.
Patriotic.
Normally I'd probably be, you know, personally be pro-liberty here, but we may need patriotic to crank on some units.
Yeah. What place are we in? Is someone's asking.
Third
place.
Which is
Not
a lot
bad.
better than on the second stream when we were like 5th. But we should say the last place there, those guys are actually dead.
Right.
So there's technically only one empire who's still alive
Right.
behind us.
Yeah.
So
I've seen a couple questions about workshop. What is workshop?
I think they're talking about the Steam Workshop.
Yeah.
Ah.
But when actually not using relying on the Steam Workshop this time around, because you know we are also out on Epic Game Store and Microsoft Store, so this time it'll most likely go through Mod.io, so that we are. That's why also the map contest is on Mod.io,
Yeah.
because you know we can't rely on the Steam Workshop to get mods on the other platforms.
Yeah. And that's something that is being worked on right now. I believe we have mention of that in the Games Together blog post. as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
At least I think I mentioned it, but
Yeah.
we'll you know we're working on the modding tools and we'll try to give you access to them as soon as we can.
Yeah. Definitely. The Christmas Dude. Such a joyful name.
Oh no. One of our cities, I think it was the one over here, was in bad stability for a while
Ooh.
because there were too many districts and it needed to finish building their aqueduct. No, their public fountain. Now we'll get to work on the aqueduct. So there's actually some rebels here.
Oh. Joseon.
We may not have a Death Star, but compared to the Knights, those guns are probably about equivalent.
Pretty close. Hawk says
Mustache
mustache.
review. We both have mustaches?
I don't have a mustache anymore. I actually shaved one in, and I was FaceTiming my girlfriend the other day, and she was like, "Take that off right now."
Oh gosh.
And I shaved it off.
Technically, I have a full goatee. It's not just a mustache, Hawk, but yeah. I guess it would kind of look like a mustache if I only just...
You go for the goatee? Can you do a full beard?
I cannot.
No?
So, I have a baby face.
No.
I don't know where I got the baby face gene from, because my brother's got like full hairy, lumberjack beard.
Right.
But no, I basically can only grow like around my chin and lip, I guess.
Yeah. So you're rocking it.
I mean, yeah, it's good for me.
Work
I
with what
like
you got.
goatee.
Yeah.
You know, here I am thinking, those guns will help us against the Knights. No, it's not the guns. It's the sticks with the big axes.
Right.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Just instant kill.
Yeah. Nice. Wow. 41. This
Nicely tell those rebels that they can now have water in the city and they'll go back peacefully.
Pointy sticks
Am I
over
the
horses.
evil twin?
Yeah.
Maybe. I think. Well, I mean, does not being able to grow facial hair make you evil? Is that a thing? I don't think that's a thing.
Let's make it a thing.
There are some
You're evil.
well-shaven, non-evil people.
Dr. Evil does not have any facial hair.
It's true. Or beer.
More avatar drops with French voices. Okay, all right. I mean, we're not done with the avatars, so that's definitely good to know. It'll be something we're sort of like working on as we move into the sort of live portion of Humankind. So, yeah, love that.
I see where the rebels are coming from.
Oh,
They were actually the inhabitants of the city we occupied. So those are, I guess those are technically partisans more than rebels. wonder, do we have the civic that allows us to get... No, we don't have the civic that lets us have bonus stability on occupied cities. So I guess the rebels will need the pointy end of the stick again.
Oh, the streamer personas are supposed to have their own voiceover, really? A lot of them do have their own voiceover.
Some of them either chose not to or haven't done it yet.
Yeah, some are coming. Yeah, it's you know, it's kind of weird. We have to get them into a recording studio and doing all that, so it's
From across the world.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a lot of work, but we're starting to sort of figure out the workflow on it, getting better at it. This is something that like we really sort of were experimenting with. We didn't know how it would go, so the fact that you guys actually really like the fact that they have voiceover and they're in the game at all is really cool for us. So this is something we're committing to. I'd love to have my own voiced avatar. All right, Sultirius, let's find your recording studio. Get you in there. You'll hop on a Zoom call with us, and we'll send you the script.
Ben Hinkle was mentioning that when you win a really big fight, you only get 8 war support, but even if you retreat or lose a fight again with one of your troops, you also lose 8.
Yeah.
I think I've noticed this.
Yes, and I was talking with the designers about that today, but well, we agree with the sentiment. We're not sure yet if we can deliver that because, you know, there's technical changes involved with, you know, getting... first, of course, we need to design, like, is it a fixed of, you know, -1 per soldier who died, per unit that died, or something like that, or is it more like dependent on how many armies the Empire has, or something like that, you know, there's design work there, and then it's also, you know, needs additional programming work, so it's probably not something we could deliver for the next patch.
Right. Okay.
Hey, Reporto la Futur. I see your question. Thank you. Yeah, the audio situation right now is a little bit janky. We all have individual mics, but it's not coming through super well. Can I actually check something real quick?
Yeah, sure.
The mic. I want to make sure that it's pulling from the right source because we want you guys to be able to hear us for sure. This is the right source for this,
it looks
right?
like it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think it's based off of the fact.
Like 2 things enabled here, maybe? No. There's no like webcam mic or anything.
I think it's just we had that as well on. Which one was it? The amplified.
Oh yeah.
When you were sitting over here and they were sitting over there, and the microphone still picked you up.
Right, that's true.
Yeah, we're gonna be working on making sure that the audio is gonna be even more high quality. Well, in the near future.
It's also, you know, in some ways, much of this still feels a little bit jury-rigged because, you know, the move to the new studio was during lockdown.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
So,
we cleaned some things up in here.
It looks really good in here. Me and Rogan have been working on making sure the the room is starting to look a lot nicer, and we're gonna have hopefully a green screen in here soon so that you guys can see more of the UI. It won't be cutting off as much. There's a lot of awesome things planned. You guys just need to stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
And in the upcoming weeks, you guys will notice some hopefully really good stuff happening here in the stream.
Yeah. Definitely.
Our food situation here is actually kind of bad. I probably need to deal with that.
26, 17.
Yeah, but I don't want to lose the industry here.
Yeah, that's good. I will be right back. I'll just go to the restroom. Be right back, chat.
I'm going to get real close to the camera now.
Okay, I think now let's see. Okay, their war support is still going down faster than ours, which is good. We could just wait out this war now, but then we wouldn't be able to demand Scythian Neapolis or Carthage. So more war it is, I guess.
Smart. Dang, yeah, the cities are not this big on my run yet, so this is a little sneak peek into the future for me.
Honestly, our cities are kind of also not as big as those, so we've also not been playing super well, I guess. Oh, I guess they counterattacked us here, which I'm okay with. Let's see, let's try to get the gunners up on the high ground somewhere. Oh no, wait. The third gunner is dead. Of course I can't find it.
Yeah, adjusting the UI can help sometimes, but yeah, it looks like Eve Knight's got a really big resolution.
Yeah, we can, in theory, like I can pull it up here. Settings. Could go and say, pull it down a bit, just to show that off for a moment, which is more compact. But for the streams, I always prefer to keep the UI at the full size, because I know how hard it can be on Twitch to see what's going on in the menus of a game like this.
Yeah, if people are on their phone, they're gonna have a really hard time seeing stuff as well. Who's the genius who decided Gatlings on elephants was a great idea?
It's some Siamese genius.
Some Siamese genius.
In fairness, I suspect that what happened in actual reality was more that they used the elephant to transport it and then took it off the elephant before firing, because the elephant would probably be terrified if a machine gun is going off right behind his ear. Similar to how the dragoons we have in game, the mounted gunners. As far as I know, they would also usually, the horse was only for relocation, not for fighting. But it's just, having a whole the dudes get off the horse to start shooting animation, and then the dudes get back onto the horse to start moving animation would add a whole lot of complexity.
Yeah, the larger text definitely helps on stream. There's a lot of factors that go into it. Everybody's watching the stream on a different device,
Totally.
You never really know how much screen real estate that you're using, so.
Yeah.
Sometimes people use like the half screen function, where they just have a stream on one side of their screen and then whatever they're doing on the other side, so.
Usually when I'm working on something, I'll have a stream on the side. Barely Tactical or H for Havoc playing. The Yogs cast, every once in a while they'll be playing some Humankind, so got some good streamers out there, everybody.
Elephants are far less bloodthirsty than humans. I actually got an opportunity to see a real live elephant when I was in China.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can have your opinions on how ethical it is to have zoos in general.
Right.
But I gotta admit, it was really cool to be able to see an elephant up that close, because they're huge. They're really big, and it was essentially like a wild animal park. It wasn't actually a zoo.
Okay.
Because zoos are a bit different in the sense that they're a little bit more, I don't know, kind of. You walk around and just look at things.
Right.
This wild animal park was a little bit more interactive. Like, they'd let you feed animals. Like, you could feed giraffes and stuff. You just pay whatever $5 to get a bunch of leaves that you could just feed to them.
Right.
And it was super cool. They're grabbing leaves out of your hand. And giraffes have blue tongues. It's pretty crazy.
They have blue tongues?
It's like purpley kind of blue.
Cool.
Yeah.
But it's also when you say wildlife park, in my head at least, there's also a difference of scale where the wildlife park is just way more space to keep the animals in than a zoo. Like when you hear zoo, you think of the
small
relatively
cages.
small enclosure.
Yeah. They even had a liger. Have you ever seen a liger?
Lion tiger?
A lion tiger. I kid you not. It's actually bigger than a tiger or a lion.
Wow.
I
thought that was a joke from
Monty Python. Monty Python.
Napoleon Dynamite.
Napoleon Dynamite. Thank you. Yeah, no, it's a real animal that they made.
Wow.
Yeah, they crossbred a tiger and a lion, and it's something stupid like 800 pounds or something. Woo. I don't know. It was massive. It looked super cuddly though. Yeah. It looked really nice.
You ever see those videos on TikTok or social media where a guy goes into the wild and like makes friends with lions, and it's just like hugging them and wrestling them, and I'm like,
yeah.
what the heck? Like, how did this friendship start? You know,
From a baby. I think the only way that
Right.
you can be actually chill with an animal is if you raise them from a baby without any other
Totally.
interaction from other animals,
Good point. Yeah,
or else
because that
they'll
would
eat
just
you.
be
And even sometimes
scary.
they still do
Yeah,
attack
exactly.
people.
For sure.
Having a wild animal is not a good idea in general. But yeah,
Cub
wolf.
friendship.
See, wolf knows.
Yeah.
They're a wolf.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Nice. You know firsthand.
One day he did not get eaten and I never thought to try.
Nice.
Yeah, but it's a bummer, to see people that don't really understand animals, like, I don't know. There's a lot of crazy videos on the internet, and sometimes it makes me sad.
Totally.
But I think the takeaway from my experience at the wild animal park was just that animals are really cool.
Animals are cool.
They're super cool, and elephants are really nice.
Unless they have Gatling guns on top of them.
Unless-
Well, actually, whoever's riding the elephant is probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, they're just the slave to the Gatling gun person.
Yeah.
The elephants themselves, they just wanna say hi to people and like eat.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, Jordan, I have a question for you. Also, there's a question for you, Steph. What is your favorite Lord of the Rings?
As in, favorite of the three
Of
books?
the
or-
three, yeah. The original, the
Are we talking books or movies?
mainline. Oh, you have a different one for each?
Well, I will have to think about the question, but if it's either only books or only movies, the answer might vary.
Let's go
as I think
movies.
about it
Let's
then.
go movies first. Chat, feel free to chime in. I want to hear your opinions too.
Yeah, for me it's probably then the. Come on, now I'm trying to remember the English name. The Two Towers.
The Two Towers?
The middle one.
It's my favorite one too.
With like the Helm's Deep fight at the end.
Extended edition, obviously.
Yeah.
Two Towers, yeah. You get Helm's Deep. You get flipping Merry and Pippin smoking whatever the Shire weed is called.
Oh yeah.
They're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
we got salt pork.
Yeah. Right. Oh wow, we got a lot of Two Towers in the chat.
It's so good.
It's good.
It's got the Ents, like it's just
Yeah.
got so many of my favorite elements in it.
And then The Hobbit happened, and people started joking when you give Peter Jackson a 300-page script. He says, "Okay, and where's part 2 and 3?"
Yeah. Right. Right. Yeah. Exactly. I think I gotta go with the original. Honestly.
Fellowship of the Ring.
The Fellowship. I love when they all get together. It's such a hype moment, and you're like, hell yeah, you're gonna help Frodo. Are you kidding me?
You could have my bow,
Him and his hairy feet.
my sword,
Yeah.
my axe,
And my axe. And then Boromir's just like, get out of here,
The
Boromir.
Silmarillion book is the best movie. You like the Silmarillion, the books. What's that series called? It's like the Elfstones and like, which one is that? I don't know. You'll have to tell us, Bachawful. The 1977 animated Hobbit. Good choice, Saikana.
Nice.
I never got to see them. I've heard the soundtrack, but I've not had a chance to see the actual movie.
What is the Silmarillion? Is it like is it like short stories from Middle
No,
Earth?
no,
Is it
the
like a
Silmarillion
series?
is basically the entire history
It's like
of
the
Middle Earth.
Middle Earth
Like
Bible?
it literally starts with the creation of the world.
Oh, really?
It's like, there was the god figure, and he made the angels, and then they made the
Right.
world, and
Right.
that is how far back that history goes.
I
Yeah.
must have been thinking about something completely different.
Yeah.
I mean, the Silmarillion is definitely also one that involves a lot of murder and intrigue and backstabbing and Sauron's boss kidnapping elves and turning them into orcs and stuff like that.
Because I thought I heard them say that the new Amazon series pulls a lot of inspiration, or like pulls a lot of sort of the things that happen in the Silmarillion, and sort of explore those themes and stories. So that's pretty cool.
if somebody has a question about a bug, Uber-wise, where should they go to address that? Probably.
The Games Together, we have a forum on there specifically for bug reports.
And for those of you that don't know, Games Together is a community platform where people can help develop the game with us here at Amplitude. So
Yes.
Uber-wise, if you haven't heard about that, it's Games Together.
The number 2.
The number 2. We're going to get a command in chat so that we can link that to you guys.
Totally. Steph, there are also instructions there, right, on how to
Yeah,
kind of
there's
submit
a post that gives you an overview of, these are the files that will help us understand what is going wrong in your game, and here's where you find them. And
Yes.
another benefit of Games Together is that since the files are small, you can upload them directly as you post. You don't need to put them on Google Drive or whatever and share links. You can just upload the file directly, which is quite convenient.
Very cool. Yeah. So that's just another way that we're sort of trying to listen to you and hear what's been going on in your game, so we can pop in there and fix it up a little bit. Well, we won't, but we have teams for that.
I'm pretty sure that if I tried to fix any programming errors in the game,
You would break it.
things would only get worse.
Yeah, me too. I'm pretty confident in that, actually.
I've done a little bit of Python and a little bit of PHP.
Okay, yeah.
It's like, I don't want to say the one that's the drug.
Right.
Is it the same letters? I don't even know.
Might be.
I just know whenever I mention learning that language, that coding language, the people are like, oh.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, no, not that.
Right.
What's up, Kyrio? How you doing? Good seeing you here today. But yeah, it's my first time here. If anybody doesn't recognize the strange redheaded person in the middle of the stream, my name is Jordan. It's nice to meet you guys. I'm going to be here in the streams from now on. PHP, not PCP.
PCP.
Thank you, Christopher.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Thank you.
That's the one. So, anyways, yeah, this has been my first week here at Amplitude, and it's been great. I love it, and I'm looking forward to working more with these people.
Rated out of 10 your first week. And don't say anything under 9.
I was gonna say, I think a 9. I don't know what a 10 would look like.
No,
I don't know what a 10 could look like. The perfect week.
The perfect week, you would have to, I don't know. Maybe we have
It's at least a 9.
Turkey lunch.
But we literally had
Thanksgiving dinner for lunch every day. That would make it a 10.
We literally had an awesome lunch though my first day already though. I got salmon sushi bowl.
We did have
at that Vietnamese place.
We had a Vietnamese lunch. That was quite nice.
It was awesome. So I mean, all those elements are there. We had cheese and bread.
We had cheese and bread.
I mean, that was
nice.
Because you're leaving.
I'm leaving, yeah, but still.
I mean,
can't complain
still
about
how my week
cheese
went,
and
right?
bread.
How are things at the Burrow? Is that what we call the streaming room?
We should call it that.
I'm down to call it the Burrow.
What are other names that we could call this
door
place?
to a circular door.
Yeah. Steph, what is there like an endless term that we can sort of deem the streaming room, or what do you think, Chad? Is there anything that we can pull from any of our games that we can call
I'm not
this
sure.
area?
I remember that at
What's
the previous
on the
office.
It's a Harry Potter reference.
Right.
Oh,
I'm just
God.
getting that as well.
Burrow. Okay, I was thinking, what is the place called in Lord of the Rings at the Shire? What's
I mean, Burrow sounds like a reasonable world
It
to
does.
call a Hobbit hole.
And that's what I thought the Hobbit holes were called. Bag End. Okay, it's
Bag
not the Burrow.
Ends, Bag Ends.
Kyrio, dang it.
But yeah, because we had been talking about the Lord of the Rings, I was also thinking they were making a reference to that.
Yeah.
I see. We were on the same link, Stephanie. I was thinking that you were making a Lord of the Rings reference, and then I was like, no, they're probably talking about where we are. I honestly think we should have a name for the streaming room,
I think so too.
and I think that we should get a little plaque on the door
And
that
just
says something like the dungeon.
That would be awesome.
Or
the dungeon.
Yeah, I was about to say, in the old office building, the meeting rooms we had were named after our
They were,
previous
yeah, that's true.
games. So we had the space, legend, and dungeon
Yeah.
meeting rooms.
Yeah, we did.
Ooh.
Though of course, there's always a certain vibe when you say, "Oh, please come to the meeting in the dungeon."
In the dungeon.
The research quarter. I think it would be more of a maker's quarter in here.
Well, I mean, you've looked at the tech tree, right? In the contemporary era,
Oh yeah.
where we have, where is it?
Social housing?
No, I need to find the right technology.
Is it the
Social
video
media.
games one?
Content creation.
Oh, content creation, right there.
Oh my gosh, it's in the game. It's real.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Checking. Thank you.
What's the name of the crash ship in Endless Legend?
Oh,
Just
the
you are.
The Grey Owl.
the gray owl. Yes.
Great.
Oh, that's a pretty good one. The gray owl.
That sounds like a Lord of the Rings name.
It does. Yeah. It does. I
Like a
mean, it's
tavern.
fantasy and
Like,
it's
it-
legend, so.
Well, the Grey Owl technically, I guess, is sci-fi.
Right.
And the legend occupies that weird technology so advanced you cannot tell it apart from magic spot.
Right.
But the Grey Owl is a Hisho ship. I don't know if you've heard of the Hisho yet.
I have not, no.
No, the Hisho are a faction in the Endless Space games, and they are generally described as you take Aztecs, you take feudal Japan, samurai, etc., and you take birds, and you throw them all in a blender.
Birds.
Yes.
I like
Yeah.
birds.
Oh, you'll get along great
I like
without
Birdman from Rick and Morty. I am Birdman.
Hey guys, just want to say I love this game. Thanks for bringing it to Stadia. Quality game. Thanks, Blake. Appreciate you, man.
It's good having you here, Blake.
Yes, we have coal.
Oh,
Get
we
this man copies of the Endless Legend and the space stat. They're working on that, I think, Christopher. It takes I don't know. They have to do something to get me access to the
Yeah, I
to
think
those
it
games.
takes a while to.
It's-
I mean, we could just give you the keys, but if we set your Steam account, give you the
Yeah,
dev rights, so
I
you're
think-
tagged as dev on the forums,
Yeah.
then I think you get access to them automatically because you're supposed to be working on them.
Yeah,
Right, yeah.
yeah. So I think they said it might take a couple weeks or something, but
And I think something we've been planning is an Endless Legend multiplayer game with our community. I think that's
Ooh.
still on the table, but for now, with Humankind so fresh, we're just gonna be playing this game mostly for now. But we'll definitely circle back to that. Definitely want to do that because it's just fun. Just a good old time, grand old time.
it's a grand old time. It's a high-flying time. Yeah, I would like to formally apologize. It was Bird Person, and thank you. I love puns, and so if any of you guys start noticing comments or tweets coming out from our socials that are puns, very very bad puns, I should add.
Where it's coming from.
That's me. So. You guys are awesome. Thank you for the help. Going to be uploading some new threads right now to the Games Together forums.
Groovy.
Uberwise, we're so happy to have you. Thank you so much for the support.
You're already substantial upgrade over Rogan. That's what I've been saying, Kirio.
Damn.
Damn. Shade thrown.
But I love Rogan. He's a good guy.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Thanks. Chat, please come to my aid because I've just been roasted.
Sandre Bartnez says, "What's your favorite wonder?" I like Stonehenge. I don't know. Stonehenge is super
Favorite
cool.
wonder?
What's your favorite wonder, Stefan?
Ooh.
I actually, not that I'm that we live in Paris. I mean, it might have something to do with that, but I think the Eiffel Tower looks dope when you place it on the map. Same with the Empire State Building, looks pretty cool.
Yeah, but I don't think I really have a favorite wonder yet. I haven't played enough games yet to really have one. I can definitely say I definitely like the Temple of Artemis in the very early game because that
It does look sick.
it does look really good, but also on top of looking really good, it has a really good effect with the all of your units heal faster and ignore the movement penalty from forests. That can be so useful and make the game, moving your armies around so much smoother when you don't have railroads and stuff yet.
Right.
Alexandria Lighthouse is the best, though. Anything else is wrong. That's an opinion. That's an opinion, Hox.
At the moment, I would agree because sometimes there's a bug and your land units get the bonus that it's supposed to give them.
Okay.
So suddenly, all your swordsmen are more stabby because somebody put a fire on top of a tower.
I'm honestly just, I'm actually just going off of looks, the way it looks in your city. I like putting Christ the Redeemer down as well. Looks really cool.
We're talking about like the Brazil statue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
The Brazil statue, highly qualified naming here, right?
Okay, let's be honest. The best way to describe something is a way that somebody's gonna understand it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I talk to people
nice.
in a language that they can understand because that's the best way to have good conversations.
I mean, it's definitely
But
clear
yes.
what you meant, but
I get why it's silly.
I would have expected more like maybe rather the Rio statue because that
yes.
is a bit more precise than Brazil because Brazil is pretty damn big.
It's a big place. Brazil is a big place, and they have lots of tasty, delicious food. Let's go back to food. You guys want to talk about food again? I was really enjoying that.
I think in 20 minutes around there, we'll be going to get some. So.
Oh, that's true. 20 minutes left in stream, ladies and gentlemen. So, ask your questions while you can.
Archmagus or Archmagus? I'm sorry if I said that wrong.
Archmagus.
Archmagus. Okay. Are any of the streamers software devs for the game? No, we're on the community team for the game.
Yeah, the most programming I did was like half a year at university for my maths degree,
Right.
and that was like a specialized language for mathematical algorithms called MATLAB. So it's really not like for the mathematical algorithms.
Math lab.
It was. Yeah, math
With
with
an
an
A.
A, not with an E. This was before Walter White.
Right. Okay.
But really good for the algorithms. You would get super quick results, but basically no visual rendering capability.
Yeah.
At most, you could get graphs out of it.
Okay.
We have some great questions actually in the chat. Latier Darnod says, "Do we have a chance to see a port of Humankind on the M1 iPad someday?" I don't know. That's a great question. I don't think we have the answer to right now.
That is one of those things that the whole M1 chip is something we're still examining. How well we can deliver a good version for that because it's different. Because it's a different architecture actually at a very low level.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't looked into what the M1 chip actually entails.
It's a lot of integrations to make it run better on Mac things mostly. But Sondre also had a question about the way that the wonders work, the way that the effects work. And I think if anybody has questions about the game and game mechanics, where's the best place to send them?
About the game or game? I mean, they can ask them right here for sure.
But I mean, like if chat's going too fast and we don't have time to answer all the questions, if there's questions that are going unanswered, I don't want you guys to feel like we're ignoring you. We're trying to get to as many questions as possible.
Totally. Our DMs are wide open on Twitter and Facebook, so you can get in touch with us there. You can also head to Games Together. I think we have a couple open forums for discussion. If you want, you can also check out the tutorial in-game, and we also have tutorial videos in the sort of extras tab of the main menu, so you can check those out if you're sort of like, trying to get a better overview of how the game works. There are a couple different places. We try to be as responsive as possible. We can't get to every single thing, but we try our best. So, yeah.
And I may also, as I'm reading more threads and seeing any questions that come up more often, I'll probably soonish make a FAQ post on the forum where the most common questions like how do I actually switch my holy site is one that I see.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yes, the Amplitude Discord is a great place to go as well, Saltarius. Good on you.
Definitely, yeah. We have a lot of people, the community in there, and they're better at the game than we are.
There's a lot of messages that go on in the Discord, actually. And where could they get the link for the Discord?
Discord.gg/amplitude. Just Amplitude.
Luckily, we do have a vanity link.
Yes.
Vanity link, let's go.
Yeah. Hey guys, just to be sure, this is a really good question from Hawks actually. If you said you definitely weren't winning this game, right, does that mean you are losing the game? I think this in 4X games is a very interesting question. For me, I actually don't always win my games, but I also don't always give up because, I don't know, there's something about like the way that you get to the end that's more fun than the actual result at the end. Obviously, you're trying to win the game.
Of course. I mean, sometimes you get into a situation where you say, no, this is not fun anymore. Like if you're reduced to a single city and and like the waves of Hunnic horsemen are constantly breaking against your walls, then you're like, no, this is not fun anymore, and you quit. But for example, here, sure. The first player has like 3 times our score. There's no way we're going to overtake them.
No.
But we can still play for second place here.
Yeah.
And overtake the second player because the others are roughly on our level. Like it's just that the first guy they conquered the entire continent and ran away with the game.
Yeah. I'm interested to hear what chat thinks about this though. Like is for me, it's kind of more about the role play and less about the grind to the end. Not saying grind as in a negative way. I should maybe rephrase, like as in the sort of journey to the end.
Find joy in the journey.
Yeah, exactly, and that's kind of like how 4X games are for me. But yeah, I'm interested to see this. Like, is it for you, chat or Jordan? Like, do you give up sort of halfway through if you kind of understand that you're not really gonna get to first place, or?
I think it depends on where I am in my understanding of the game.
Yeah.
Because games have my journey through a game kind of has like a story arc, right?
Yeah.
In the beginning, I'm a total noob, and I'm just there to like be surprised and excited by the new things. And then in the middle, I'm like trying to get better at things, and so I'll try out new strategies, and it's more about the trying out the new strategies. And then when I'm like really good at a game, I've spent like hundreds of hours in it.
Yeah.
That's about like executing the strategies perfectly, and I'm really in it to like make that perfect win. And yeah, in that situation, I might stop. If I realize my run isn't going well, I might just end it. And
Right.
it's because it's not going to happen. Kind of like how speedrunners will quit the game once they made a big enough mistake to where they can't beat their previous speedrun record or something like that. So I think it just depends on where you are in your journey with the game and also what your goal is with the game.
Right.
Everybody plays games for different reasons, and so it's hard to say one definitive answer for
And all
everybody.
valid reasons. No matter why or how you play video games and you get enjoyment out of that, that's cool.
Mhm.
That's good.
L'Atelier d'Arnand. Will we see more civilizations added in the future? If yes, how much will it work? Is it to develop a new civilization from the main ideas about is it to the last musical and graphical parts? I was wondering, is it difficult as any civilization can merge onto each other? I mean, yeah, like you basically said it. It's each civilization has their own feel, their own music, and so as the game progresses and DLCs and things like that are released, like you can expect big exciting updates to the game that are gonna change the way that you play, maybe.
Yeah, totally. I mean, you can just, if we do plan to put more cultures into the game, I'm sure you can figure out that every culture has its own art. It has its own emblematic unit. It has its own emblematic district. That district has to be able to mesh well with the other sort of city elements, and it's a lot. It's quite a bit of work, definitely. I don't want to speak for anybody that are working on that because I sure as hell am not. But it is something that we really have to put a lot of work into. Put our heads together and get some sweet art out of it. I know you guys like the art. I love the art as well.
Yeah, who wants an art stream?
Yeah. Yeah.
Raise your hand.
But on the topic of do we keep on playing when we're losing? First off, I always need to warn chat. I'm the kind of person who has played and enjoyed Dwarf Fortress.
Right.
So take my my opinions on playing while you're losing with a grain of salt. Ideally, rock salt mined from deep within the mountain home. But we did just finish the war, and I think this ship here, and this fleet over here is all that's left of the brown bear player.
Oh, amazing.
Dang.
Okay.
Complete domination. Let's go.
We had just barely enough war score to ask for everything. There was 1 point left over, so on top of giving us all of their land, they also had to pay us $20 too. So
Yeah.
but I think, now that we have all this land, we may have a chance of pulling back, but we do need to consolidate a bit because we're at 8 out of 5 cities. So
Dang. You're still at plus 204 influence per turn, though. It's not bad.
let's see.
It's better than negative where I'm at.
Yeah, 370 per turn lost to being over the cap, but we can just. This is really expensive because the amount of infrastructures between the cities is probably very different. Like we have 8
Right.
infrastructures here and 19 here, and you need to pay extra for
Gosh.
all the infrastructure that's missing. And you can see here where it's only 2 missing, it's way cheaper.
It looks like Shurjoka is actually playing Humankind currently with drops enabled, so might be a good opportunity for us to shoot you guys over there after this. Send a raid through in about 10 minutes-ish. Shurjoka is one of the creators we work with, and she's in the game.
Cool.
I believe she streams in German only, but if you want to grab her avatar, you can do it that way.
Her voice lines would be in English, I'm assuming, though, right?
Nope, they're in
I
German.
think they're in German.
They're in German.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh,
so
yeah.
true to the character.
Oh yeah, definitely. So
Totally German. Okay, Unite.
totally German. Yeah. So we have So all of the creators that we have, I think most of them speak in their native language, or at least like their preferred language. I know Marbazir is Polish, but he creates content in English, and his avatar is in English. So yeah, we could work with them on that.
Yeah, that's super cool, Eve
Yeah.
and Hawks. That's awesome. Tecto, her lines are in German, and she has a sweet tattoo.
Yeah.
That's cool that
Her
they added
avatar
that
is
detail.
badass looking. That is very true. Very, very true. Awesome.
Hanny says, hey, I enjoy the game immensely so far. I'm a big fan of the Endless games, and I'm looking forward to see where you guys take Humankind from here. A quick question, have you received any info in regard to the connectivity issues in multiplayer? Any info on that would be greatly appreciated. I've actually seen a couple of questions about this, some sort of
Yeah.
lost connection thing.
Yeah, so we're aware of the issues that are happening in multiplayer, and that's another thing that we're working pretty hard on fixing. It's unfortunately one of those issues that doesn't really have an easy answer.
Yeah, multiplayer is one of those pain points because there are so many moving parts, and of course, for you as the player, you see, it desync. Oh, I got dropped from the lobby or something like that.
Yeah.
But then, when you send us your files and we look at it, then it might be that there's actually a dozen different things that cause this. And it's the same with that, the reports we get of stuck turns. Like, the symptom is not necessarily the same as the cause. Like, to compare it to a sickness, like, when you have a fever, that could be a lot of different things. That could be, you got the flu. It could also be an allergic reaction to something, or whatever.
It's hard to tell. Troubleshooting is a big beast.
And so we're working on the multiplayer improvements. I know I think we already released a patch that addressed the Game Pass issue where players were like immediately being kicked from the lobby
Right.
if their friend list was too big. But this is probably something we need to keep patching all through the life cycle of the game because
definitely.
it's just multiplayer is such a complicated issue.
Yeah. But it is something that we're aware of, definitely, and working on.
Let's see here. The drops that are enabled currently are for the streamers that have those. We're currently not doing drops, and we're letting them have their time to shine with their avatars that you guys can get. So if you want one of those drops, we suggest watching one of their streams at some point, and we'll be rating one of them actually in just a little bit.
You bet.
Can we get a map setting option that chooses the amount of resource? I'm not exactly sure what you mean by that question.
Oh, they mean a slider for strategic resource rarity, where it's rare, normal, or abundant.
Okay, like the level of resources on the map in total.
And that's also one thing I've discussed, but that seems to be, because it involves procedural generation, a rather complicated question, so I can't give a definite answer to that yet.
Yeah.
Because procedural generation is also one of those things where it's chaotic in the mathematical sense of the word.
Right.
The way you get such a map is with a function that is chaotic in the sense that it's super sensitive to input. You have like your seed at the start and you increment it by 1 and suddenly you get a completely different map.
Right.
So making any changes to that, it is by definition it needs to be a sensitive system, which also means you need to be very careful when tweaking it.
Right. 2D Kiri had a stream. Yeah. Somebody was asking about spiffing Brit. The spiff will be dropping on the Yogscast channel. He plays a lot with them. He doesn't have his own Twitch channel, so he's kind of like a bit of a rare one. But usually, Spiff is playing with the Yogscast, and both Lewis and Spiff's avatars will drop there, so you can get him that way.
So we have 7 minutes left,
Yeah.
and we can get to the industrial era. Should
Let's
we
go.
Should we do it, or should we save it for next stream?
Oh, I think we should do it with chat. I think let's let chat's.
Let's take a look. I delayed it a bit because there were 2 stars that we were
Okay.
just on the verge of getting, and we can see, the Zulu already. Also, I should say, those guys who are in the contemporary, they kept the Zulu.
Yeah, they transcended.
So
right?
they were so advanced that they said, no, we don't need a new culture. We just get bonus fame. So we could do the same, but we're way too behind to afford that. So let's see. We have the builders, who are Persians. Minus 25% cost on shared projects. That can be useful to get more fame, because that applies to the national projects, like launching a satellite or a moon landing. Caravanserai helps us get around quickly because it applies a movement buff, but also money in industry. And a pretty good gunner unit.
Oh, nice.
Dang.
The Austro-Hungarians. You were saying we had good influence. No, this will be good influence if we take that.
Wow.
Because it's just
Very nice.
every district plus 1 influence.
Dang.
How many districts do you think you have?
43 right now.
Okay, nice.
And we have the Evidence Bureau agents, which are also they're pretty strong gunners, and they run around without enemy interference, and more influence, more stability.
What can go wrong?
We could go British, but I don't think that's advisable since they're expansionists and there's very precious little space to expand to.
Yeah.
French for more science, even more science, some influence,
Oui.
and a really heavy cavalry, but we don't have enough forces to build them.
Oh, okay.
Could go for the Germans, my countrymen.
Yes.
Stronger naval units, stronger air units, cheaper units. So, lots of units. Because who would have thought Imperial Germany was kind of militaristic?
They're just pumping out the units.
Right.
Also, U-boats. World War I U-boats, we should say, not World War II level U-boats. And coking works. Lots of industry, also not very good for the environment.
All right.
So Blustrous has a question. Can't you just go to Games Together and search for streamers' personas, or aren't they the same? They look the same. Are streamers' personas on there that you can download? I don't think that's the
I know
same
you can
as the drop.
see them. I'm not sure if you can download them there.
Yeah.
Anyway,
They're not
I
the
know.
same, says Saikana.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that's the kind of the whole point of the drops, is it's to incentivize you to watch those streamers' streams to get their avatars. So
anyway, so Chet can make a decision. Let me go over the last couple here real quick. Italians add seats, more influence, more stability, even more influence for all our traders and researchers. So it's all about the influence. And a gunner with a really useful ability of being able to go up and down cliffs. Man, we would have needed that in the first war we had, because there was that one cliff that ruined all of our battles. Because it was basically 300.
Yeah.
oh, gosh.
Except we were the Persians.
Right. Yeah.
Mexicans for food and more food and even more food. and guerrilla fighters.
Ah, lady fighters, the
Nice.
soldaderas.
Yes, and the guerrillas, they're so stealthy that even when they shoot you, you don't see them.
Ooh,
Nice.
really? That's kind of cool.
The Russians for maximum experience when we create units. And we have some pretty good territory now. We control almost an entire continent, so that's a lot of experience when we build units. A bit of a mix here with stability, faith, and influence on the Sobor. I think that means cathedral in Russian. And Cossacks for a mobile unit.
Okay.
Though I guess maybe we need to go Siamese because we have lots of industry, lots of money, more money in industry, but
The old
we do have the Gatling elf.
Gatling.
Oh my
elephant.
gosh.
Oh man, what do you think, chat? We'll see what you want, but I don't know. Gatling elephant seemed to be a bit of a theme for, or one of the topics of discussion
In today's stream.
in today's stream.
Yeah, if anybody wants to wage in their opinion on which one we choose, put it in the chat now.
Yep.
And we'll take it into account.
There's a lot of Gatling elephants.
Yeah, I think that might be the one.
Yeah, I think I've seen
Persians or
I've seen a
Italians?
couple of Persians as well. Yeah, alone Mexican.
Russian.
Siam. I think Siam might be the most popular.
Yeah,
one so
I
far.
think we're getting the.
We got one vote for Mexican though. Hey.
I mean, the Mexicans are definitely if you need more food, this
Yeah.
is very good.
really good.
We can just populate the entire world.
The things +1 food on every tile in your city that produces food for each hacienda you build. So that really can go off the charts. But
Sandre says transcend.
I don't think we're in a position for that with the other guys having 11k fame.
Hey, we did get up to second place, so that's pretty good.
So, Chad seems to want the floating market. The problem is, as you can see here, it doesn't have the line of can be placed anywhere like the hamlet. So you do need to have it already next to your quarters. So I could build it. No, this is deep water. But here, for example, right next to the city. Anyway, I guess let me just go through the last notifications real quick here.
You're at the end of an ideology axis?
Station.
Well, there's something to be said for unswerving dedication
And
to a
you.
cause.
Oh no, I hadn't actually placed that yet, so I can't build it. Let's just queue up some real quick things, then we can end the stream on the transition, the era transition video, and be done with that.
The world gets
Very
larger,
nice.
the cities expand, buildings reach higher, and roads stretch longer. And yet, the world gets smaller as bridges unite land. Towns congest, and railroads bring distant goods to the doorstep. Anything seems possible in this wondrous future. Though as humankind grows, the planet itself appears to shrink.
Dope. I love those cinematics as well.
On elephants,
Really cool.
armed with Gatling guns.
Gatling guns. That's so pretty.
Oh yeah.
I like the little zoom in.
Yeah. Oh yeah. See
That's
it,
awesome.
see it evolve a little bit. So I think that's pretty much it. Thanks everybody for joining us. I'm gonna initiate a raid on Shurjoka. She's streaming right now, right? I believe so. I'm just gonna double check to make triple sure. She's live. Yes, playing Humankind. That's great. So I will do that. Set it up. And then we'll do it.
Thank you guys so much for being here. It's been really great. Thank you guys for welcoming me so graciously and awesomely on my first stream here. Yeah, I got you, Hawks. I turned it up.
And I can say, Chat, you've all seen my performance in the game. It's only a matter of time until he's better at the game than me.
We'll see. We'll see. I still working on my first game, so maybe after I finish that, we might see how I can do. You guys will have to put up with my incessant attacking other people for no apparent reason. So.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. Thank you guys so much. This was a fun stream. You're going to be seeing more of Jordan. A little less of me in the coming weeks, but I'll be back. I love all of you, so I can't just like ditch you out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Just heading back to Canada, getting settled in, and we'll be back in action. I think we're gonna raid Shurjoka right now, so I'm gonna send that through, and we'll head there soon.
We can do it now if you'd like.
All right. Perfect. All right.
All right.
Thanks, everybody.
See ya.
Have a fantastic day, everybody.
See you later. And we can do the outro animation.
All right, let's go. Peace
See you
out.
guys.
Have a good one.